Hey guys, it's Alyssa. So today I'm going to be basically sharing 10 things I learned my freshman year of college. I want to kind of give y'all like a minute of just like background information in case you don't know or like you're new to my channel or something. But basically I am a studio art major with a concentration in graphic design at a university, just like a private university. I feel like people have asked me before like where I go, and I just don't really feel comfortable sharing that information yet, so at this point I'm not going to share, but basically it's just at a university. Some background on me, like I wasn't somebody who was like dying to get out of high school and go to college and like knew where I wanted to go and all this stuff. In my head I was like, I'm gonna go to art school, which is part of why I only took like the ACT the one time we had to take it at school. So it would have been probably good if I'd taken it again, but it's fine. I got into school, so, but yeah, I thought I was gonna go to art school and a lot of things happened and I just had a lot of thinking, I guess, I don't know. And I decided that I wanted to stay in state and I chose to go to a university instead of an art school. So that's kind of where all these things I learned, I guess, came from. That was my background with all this. So if y'all after this want me to like film anything else related to my college experience, let me know and I'd be glad to do that. But I thought this would be a good way to, I guess, end freshman year, even though it's been over for like a month and a half or something. But anyway, so being the art student that I am, I made a little page in my art journal with like, I wrote the little things in the little flaps. I am planning, I've been working a lot on this lately, so I mean I definitely have a lot left to do, but I definitely want to film another art journal flip through because that was pretty popular when I uploaded it and people seemed to like it, so yeah. Be on the lookout for that. But anyway, so first thing I wrote down is that learning actually can be enjoyable if it's a topic you care about. So I'm gonna be honest, I hated class time in high school. Like, I didn't hate high school as a whole because I liked hanging out with people and I don't know, there's just things about it I liked, but I did not like class time at all. I was like never interested in anything. That makes me sound really lame, but we just weren't covering things I really cared about. But being an art major, I obviously care about art, and like I took art history, which was probably the hardest class I've ever taken, just in terms of like how much I had to memorize. It wasn't like hard to understand, but memorizing, but I was so interested in it, like especially near the end because it got to more like modernism and like postmodernism and all that stuff, which I really enjoy. So in that sense, learning can be enjoyable. And even like my English class, I didn't mind. Like one of them was just thinking and writing, so it's basically like your opinion on everything, which was cool. The other one was thinking, writing, and research, which I complained about in one of my vlogs when I was writing like this big research paper, and that did kind of suck. But my topic was interesting. It was branding in the fashion industry, so like I care about that. But yeah, so moral of the story here is learning can be fun as long as it's like something you care about. So yeah, and I feel like that's not stressed enough in high school. In high school it's all about just like getting good grades. Like I don't feel like I learned very much. I feel like I learned how to study and memorize something and then forget it. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Okay, next one. Everyone has different criteria for their ideal living arrangements, including cleanliness. Mainly cleanliness is where I'm coming from. So I lived in an apartment style dorm, so there was 2 single rooms and 2 double rooms, so 6 of us living in there, and there's 3 bathrooms. So like I only shared a bathroom with my roommate, which was really nice, but we all shared the kitchen and the living room. And while I was thankful to like have all that, basically like the beginning of the like year, I guess, we were supposed to fill out some paperwork and like together decide on how we wanted to go about cleaning and all that stuff. And basically the census we came to was we're all just gonna clean up after ourselves, which sounds good in theory because you're like, oh, I don't clean up after anybody else. But the thing is, people have different definitions of clean and when they're gonna clean up after themselves. Like for me, I'm like, if I'm gonna clean up after myself, it's gonna be like the day of or like maybe the day after or something. but for some people it's like weeks. So, and no hard feelings towards my roommates, they don't watch my videos so it doesn't matter, but it was my fault for not being like confrontational about it and just being like, hey, let's fix this. But basically our kitchen was really gross, and I didn't realize how much that was gonna bother me. And I guess like my mom keeps our house really clean like here, so when I got there and I was like, other people don't expect that, like, okay. It just grossed me out and kind of got on my nerves. I mean, it didn't obviously like ruin my year, but I just now know going into another living arrangement, it's probably better if I'm more specific about cleanliness, and just, yeah, so. Next one is, just because the class is in your major does not mean you're going to enjoy it, and just because you don't enjoy the class does not mean you've picked the wrong major. So I had to take Drawing 1, Drawing 2, 2D design, and 3D design, and those were all like the core classes of my major, plus I had art history. I did not really enjoy drawing, and I honestly thought that I liked drawing like going into college, because I'd never taken like a purely drawing class. Base class, I guess. I'll get into that later, but but once I got there I realized it was just so taxing and I just didn't really enjoy it. I learned so much, like even just the art that I've done in my art journal lately, I feel like it's improved a lot. My photography's improved, just as a whole I feel like I have improved as an overall artist because of that class, but I did not enjoy it. It was just a lot of work, and it didn't help that the building was like on the like total opposite end of campus, and I had 8 a.m.s, so yeah, there was other reasons, but I mean mainly it's not something I'm not passionate about, just like drawing like still objects, because basically Drawing 1 and Drawing 2 is drawing from life, or like, but inanimate objects, so like you're not drawing like people, like it's not figure drawing. It's just a lot of like the fundamentals of drawing and like how to use different tools, which, I mean, like it was all good information, it just, I didn't really enjoy it, I'm just being honest. So, but that being said, like next semester I'm taking graphic design classes and a photography class, so like I'm thinking I'm gonna enjoy that a lot more, and yeah, I just know that there was points in the year and I was like, do I even want to be an art major? Like I hate this class, but it wasn't really my major, it was just like a core class I had to take. So, and I know like pretty much if you go to an art school, or like, I mean as far as I know other art programs, you have like a foundation kind of year, and that was kind of what this was for me, so yeah. Okay, next one is, being involved in something outside of class is necessary and provides a mandatory break. So for me, I joined this dance company they had at my school, or have at my school, and I mean, it was definitely different from what I've grown up with. So for anyone who doesn't know, I was like in a dance company here and like at home, and we did like competitions and conventions and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, that was like one of my favorite things about like high school and all that, like just being in a dance company and performing and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't want to major in dance because it's kind of hard to get really hard to get jobs, and joining the dance company was great because it was like I for sure was going to be dancing 4 hours a week, and like I couldn't miss, or else you get like demerits, and then there's like punishment workouts and all this stuff. I was like, I'm not doing that. So like I never missed, and well, I missed once, but it's fine. Yeah, so it was just like this break that I knew I had, and it was like in my schedule, so it wasn't gonna get messed up or anything. But yeah, it was a good break, and also just helped me like meet people and be involved in something outside of class. So next one is, some majors require more work than others, it's just how it is. So I didn't really think being an art major was gonna like mean I'd have that much work, and like, I mean, I knew I was gonna have work, but I didn't think I was gonna be like one of the people who had a lot of work. I thought I was gonna have, you know, be one of the majors that had a little more free time, especially like not being in an art school, being in a university. Like, I don't know, I just thought that it wouldn't be that intense, but some of it does depend on the professors you have, because like sometimes you have professors who just don't give that much work, and then there's others who give a ton of homework, so some of that was played a part in that. But because like you're working on projects, plus I could get into a whole nother spiel about like the time, how the credits don't like go with the amount of hours you're in class. But basically art majors, you're doing a lot of projects and like not so much studying, which I mean I would prefer to be working on projects, but it takes up a lot of time, and you can't like cheat your way through that, you know, like I don't know, you can't like not be prepared, like not study enough and then just like not be prepared on the test or something, like, or just like pick it all up in class and then already know it. Like you have to put in the work, like there's no going around that. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, and it was very frustrating when I had like friends who were like, oh, I don't have any homework, oh, I'm doing all this, and I'm like, all I've been doing is homework. So you just have to know that. And I mean, luckily I do like my major, and it's gonna be so much better when I'm not doing foundation classes. But yeah, there's that. Okay. Next is don't give up the things you enjoyed before college. So I think this is really important, not to be like so overwhelmed by school that that's like all you think about, because that's like pretty miserable. So like that, keeping that in mind, I kept up YouTube, I kept up dancing, and I guess I could say art if I wasn't an art major, but I'm like already doing art, so yeah. Okay, next one is, let's see, workout. That's it. So this is just very important, because not only does working out like release endorphins or whatever, I mean, and obviously you just want to like, you know, keep your body healthy and whatnot, but I found that it was really important not to like get too carried away with just like putting it off. I think I did that a lot the first semester. I was like, oh, I'm dancing a couple days a week, and so I don't really need to work out, but it was definitely better once I like second semester, just like I like figured out like times in my schedule, like, okay, this is when I'm gonna go work out. So like there wasn't a whole lot of excuse, and I think I just felt better overall from doing that. Next is dining halls can only be so accommodating, but probably could do better. So people who don't know, I have a peanut allergy, and it's like pretty severe, but it's only if I eat it. Like I can be around it and it's fine, but if I eat it, then I stop breathing, so it's pretty bad. But basically, so I met, like, I think it was like the first or second week of school, I met with the dietitian for the dining halls, and like, I mean, she's met with people before, and like she kind of helped me, and like, I mean, not like roasting her or anything, but like it was kind of just like stuff that I could have been like common sense about, and I don't know, there just wasn't a whole lot of options. And I mean, like I said, dining halls can only be so accommodating, but I think they could do better. And also, but like that aside, like the food allergy thing aside, just in general, like being healthy was like really hard on campus. I feel like I just ate like straight lettuce all the time because there was like nothing else good, and that kind of sucks. So yeah, I definitely would say if you can get a kitchen, that would be ideal. Like next year I have like a really small meal plan, so that way like if I don't want to cook, I can go get food. But like I plan to do most of my cooking and like eating in my apartment, so I don't have to do the whole dining hall thing, because it's just not working for me. But yeah. Okay, next, let's see. I said it's okay not to have lots of friends as long as you have one close one. It's also never too late to meet new people. So I would say I had like, or like right now, the bulk of my friends are like here at home. But I did get really close with my roommate, and I was very lucky because we were like potluck roommates, which I know like for some people goes really bad, and even some people like pick their roommates and it goes really bad, but like we didn't really have any fights, like we were chill and we're really close. So it was nice to have her. And like, so my, I guess advice here would be it's just like it's better to like meet like one like really good friend than to have like a whole bunch of friends that are like kind of fickle, you know. And I mean that's kind of always been my perspective on friendships, but definitely like with college, like with being in a whole new environment, like I think it's important to like really like seek out one close friend than to be like, you know, feel bad when you see people with like all these friends. Like I mean I had other friends, but I think it's important just to have like one really close friend and not to dwell on the fact that some people have like a whole bunch of friends, and that's just not your way of doing things, you know? At least for me. Okay, so my last one is you're put in a certain place at a certain time for a particular reason. That doesn't mean it's forever, but for now it's okay, so enjoy it. Basically, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, I was not like set on really where I wanted to go to school, and I wanted to go to art school and I ended up at university. And to be honest, like I still sometimes I'm like, I really wish I went to art school. And like, I mean, I've definitely, especially like I went to New York and like I've been traveling and stuff, and I'm like, oh, it would be so cool to like, you know, go to an art school and like be out in the world, not like so close. I mean, I'm not like, I should say this, I don't go to school like super close to my house. Like it's definitely a drive, but it's not like a bad drive either. I don't know. But I think though, like I definitely have no regrets about choosing where I went to go. I think it was important for me to stay like somewhat close to home because like I've always been more of a homebody, and I was like really nervous about leaving, and like it's already enough changes, you know. So I think in that like perspective or whatever, like it was definitely the right choice, and I've learned so much. I don't think like high school did not prepare me for like going to an art school. Like our art program was just not really that big at all. Like there was one teacher, she was great, but she had like the whole entire like fine arts department, like not like theater and all that stuff, but like, you know, fine arts, like all that was on her shoulders, and you know, there's only so much one person can do. So I don't feel like my high school would have prepared me for an art school at this point. So I really like that I've had like this foundation built up from like college professors, and it's nice to know that with college, like you can transfer. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna transfer, but it's nice to know that that is a possibility if I decide that I would, you know, like to continue my education at an art school, or like maybe I want to get my master's, I don't know. But it's nice that college is a lot more just like open in terms of like decision making. It's all about just like figuring out what you want to do, and it's a lot better than high school in that way. I would definitely say. There was something else I was gonna say though. But that being said, like even though I've had like doubts about like where I'm at and stuff, I think it's important not to like get so caught up in like wanting something else that I like forget that like this is right now, so I gotta enjoy this, and like there's so many things to enjoy in like the current situation. So that's definitely something I need to keep in mind like next year as well, or like this coming semester, I guess. It's still a couple months, but yeah, I think that's a really important like mindset to have, because I mean I know a lot of people who transferred schools after, like not necessarily just from my university, but just in general people from my high school like transferring to different schools, and so I know that it happens a lot, and I think it could be really easy to get caught up in just thinking negatively about the situation you're in. But yeah, I think that it's important just to find what's, you know, be thankful for what you have in the moment and not get too caught up in wanting something that you don't have. But yeah, so that's the end of my little tabs. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any tips to share with me after your freshman year or just any year of high school or college, I don't know, feel free to share them down below. But yeah, let me know if y'all want any more like college related videos. I feel like I've been a little bit scarce with the videos lately, but I am in summer school because being at a university, I have a lot of just like liberal arts credits and just like random credits that I don't care about, but have to do them. So I'm currently taking my lab science, or one of my lab sciences, because I have to take two. But I'm almost done with that, and once I'm done, then summer's gonna be pretty freed up, so I'll be making a lot more stuff. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!